The first alien died screaming my name, and that's how I knew humanity had finally been seen. Not contacted, not studied. Seen. The scream echoed across the shattered hull of Outpost Helios, a sound no vacuum should have carried, clawing its way into my skull as if the universe itself wanted me to listen. I stood frozen, pulse hammering, rifle shaking in my hands, staring at a being that had crossed 7 star systems, only to die protecting me. And that was only the beginning. 3 months earlier, Earth had been nothing special, just another loud, violent, endlessly divided rock spinning in a forgotten arm of the galaxy. We didn't know the Dominion existed then. We didn't know they were watching. And we definitely didn't know they were afraid. I was Lieutenant Mara Kade, United Earth Fleet, stationed on Helios because I'd scored too high on stress endurance tests and too low on political likability. Helios wasn't supposed to matter. A refueling station, a listening post, a dead-end assignment at the edge of nowhere until the stars went dark. I remember the moment our sensors flatlined. 1 second, 1,000 points of light. The next, nothing. As if someone had erased the universe with a careless swipe. The station lights flickered. Gravity stuttered. Somewhere deep inside Helios, metal screamed. What I saw next changed everything. A ship appeared where empty space had been. Not warped in. Not jumped. It was simply there. Vast. Asymmetrical. Alive in a way machines shouldn't be. Its hull pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat. Then it opened a channel. This is not a conquest. A voice said, layered and resonant, neither male nor female. This is an evaluation. None of us were prepared for the truth. The Dominion didn't attack Earth. They bypassed it entirely, surgically dismantling our outer colonies, capturing ships, testing defenses. Every encounter ended the same way. Overwhelming force followed by sudden withdrawal. Like predators nipping at prey, measuring strength. Governments panicked. Fleets mobilized. Propaganda machines screamed about invasion. But I couldn't forget the tone of that voice. Calm, curious, almost respectful. Then the message came, encrypted beyond anything we'd ever cracked. It wasn't sent to Earth leaders. It was sent to Helios. To me, you've been selected, the voice said when I answered, not because you are exceptional, but because you endure. A warning bell screamed in my head. Selected for what? There was a pause, long enough to feel deliberate. To stand, the voice said, where others break. But that was only the beginning. They boarded Helios without force. No weapons drawn. No threats. The beings called themselves the Orleys, tall, crystalline-limbed entities whose bodies refracted light into soft halos. Beautiful, terrifying, each movement precise, economical, purposeful. One stayed behind when the others left. It called itself Threx. Threx observed me constantly. My sleep patterns, my reactions, my grief when casualty reports came in from Earth's burning colonies. It asked questions no alien should care about. Why do humans sing when facing death? It asked once. Because silence makes it real, I replied. Threx processed that for a long time. Then the Dominion arrived. Not explorers, not evaluators, annihilators. They came in numbers that bent space, tearing through Orleys territory like a plague of fire. Entire systems went dark. Refugees flooded into Helios's orbit. Alien ships battered and bleeding energy. And suddenly, the evaluation ended. We were wrong, Threx said, its crystalline surface fractured and dim. We believed humanity was fragile, emotion-driven, unstable. I laughed then, a broken, hysterical sound. You still think that? No, Threx replied. We think you are dangerous. That's when the truth hit. The Orleys hadn't found us to judge us. They had found us because they needed us. Halfway through the war, everything changed. The Dominion adapted to Orly's logic instantly. Predictable strategies, perfect formations, entire fleets erased in minutes. The Orlys were brilliant and doomed, so Threx did the unthinkable. It gave us command access. Human pilots flew alien ships held together by living crystal and impossible math. Our chaotic maneuvers shattered Dominion predictions. We didn't fight to win. We fought to protect. Every time a human ship dove back into fire to retrieve an alien escape pod, the Dominion hesitated. Their models fractured. Probability collapsed. Fear entered the equation. But victory demanded a price. The Dominion unleashed a weapon designed to erase emotional cognition, a pulse that would strip humans of the very chaos that made us dangerous. The Orlys wanted to stop it. I volunteered to deliver the strike. Why? Threx asked as I stood before the weapon. A core collapse charge that would kill everything within the Dominion's command nexus, including me. I thought of Earth, of songs in the dark, of the alien who had died screaming my name. Because to battle alongside humanity, I said, is to be honored. Threx's light flared brighter than I'd ever seen, and respected beyond worlds. It finished. The final battle tore the sky open. Fleets burned. Stars dimmed. I flew straight into hell, alarms screaming, hull fracturing, heart steady. For the first time, the Dominion faltered. For the first time, they ran. I triggered the charge as my ship broke apart, crystal and steel scattering into the void. And in my final moment, I wasn't alone. Threx's presence wrapped around me, shielding my mind, carrying my memory forward. The explosion rewrote the system. Dominion command ceased to exist. The war ended in silence. I should have died. Instead, I woke to a galaxy forever changed. The Orlys rebuilt me, not as a weapon, not as a symbol, but as a bridge. My body altered, my lifespan unbound, my voice carrying across species. Humanity rose, not as conquerors, but as allies no one would ever underestimate again. Now, when new civilizations ask why the stars speak of Earth with reverence, Threx tells them a simple truth. Humans are not the strongest, not the smartest, not the most advanced. But when the universe needed someone to stand in the dark and say, not today, humanity didn't hesitate, and neither did I.